Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Nicholas. Just as a reminder, I garden in Central Ohio, Zone 6, and it is going to be another hot day. What's new? In the 90s Fahrenheit, really high humidity. So I'm out really early again, and I want to do something I've actually never got to do with you guys, and that is to decorate my greenhouse. I guess you can call it decorate for summer. So I only have 2 plants in there right now. One is a house plant. I think it's a string of bananas, I think. And then I have a pink jasmine in there. So I don't use it in the summer because it's so hot in there. But I think that the 2 things that are in there will do fine. But the jasmine, it needs potted up. So we're gonna do that, and I'll show you the cool pot we got to do that. And I would also like to plant up a couple urn planters by my back door. They currently have a couple boxwoods in them. One is not doing so well and the other one's doing fine. I keep having that happen this year, where if I have 2 of something that I want to match, one is not doing well. So anyway, I think that's what we're gonna do. So let me take you on a tour, show you what we're gonna do, and then just get to it. Let's just take a peaceful walk up to the greenhouse. And I do have the fans and stuff going on in there, so it's like not gonna be the best audio. But as you can tell, it's a little bit of a disaster. So I want to take, or I don't want to take it all out, but I want all of this stuff that you're seeing to not be so visible, and then to have like pretty things in here. So that's the goal. And this is the jasmine plant. It's growing up and over, and I just kind of want to see how far it'll go. I got this amazing rolled rim terracotta pot to put the jasmine in. I wanted a really nice planter that I like to look at because it will be in here permanently, hopefully. So I'll remove the box and drop it down because there's some leeway in the branches, or in the vines, hopefully. I don't really want it to sit on the box anymore. And then I got 4 lavenders, 2 different kinds, because I didn't know which one would be good for those urns, so we might have to play around. Both of them are pretty. Let me just show you how pretty they are. The first ones I got are these super blue lavenders, and they smell really good, and the color is super vibrant, like a very vibrant blue purple, and it's hardy down to -30, and it gets 12 inches tall, 14 inches wide. So it's kind of a low, like small lavender, and obviously it wants full sun. But just look how pretty that color is. The next one is over there. These 2 that I got, I feel like are gonna be a better size to be standalone plants inside those urns. But this is the Phenomenal Lavender. Hold on. And it smells really good. And this one is also hardy down to -30, which is zone 4. This one gets much bigger. This one gets 32 inches high, 32 inches wide. And I don't know, like my inclination is to go with these just because they're not good. I'm only going to keep them in those pots until fall. So I don't think that these will get like too big in the container. But let me just go show you the urns real quick. These get very hot, and it's full sun here, and they get the heat coming off of the house and the windows. I did put some snapdragons to ring around the bottom of it because I thought it'd be like cool to have almost like a pink donut around the bottom of the boxwood. And this one is doing fine. I mean, the snapdragons aren't in bloom, but this one over here, for some reason, just looks not great. Like, it doesn't have a single piece of new growth on it from spring, or from waking up from winter, although I don't think it woke up. I think it's just hanging on. The phenomenal lavender might not even fit in those urns, but I wanted to go with lavender there because they don't mind drying out a little bit. I mean, they don't want to fry, but they're pretty heat tolerant. So I thought, I don't know, I just thought that it would be cool. But my end goal is to put another evergreen of sorts in them. I did look yesterday for 2 that matched, that would like fit the containers, but also be able to grow in them for a year or so. And I didn't find anything, so we're going with lavender. I think what I'm just gonna do to start is go grab the tractor, pull it to my little shed where I keep all of my decorations for the greenhouse, load it up. I don't know what we'll use. We might not even use all of it, but I just want to make it look a little bit better than what it is now. And then I'll like tidy it up as much as I can, do a quick clean, decorate it, and then we'll move on to plants. But I think you guys will like the greenhouse decorations. At least I know Janie did when she came to tour my garden. She just liked it. She kept saying that she was gonna try to mimic her greenhouse interior like mine, which was a very huge compliment. This is my mess of a decoration shed. There's all seasons in there, but we in fact have some plans to well, get rid of the 3 sheds and do like a big extension so that things are easier to store back here. But I'm gonna grab everything that's not fall or Christmas, so a bunch of baskets, boxes, just decorations, load them up in the wagon and take them over, and then we'll start. I'm sure there's every kind of spider imaginable in here, so I'll be careful about what I touch, and then I'll like brush it all off and clean it before it actually goes in the greenhouse. Before we start adding stuff and cleaning up the dead bugs and dirt I want to pot this plant, and then we can get rid of all the dirty stuff and then start doing the pretty stuff. The sun is coming. We got to kick it into overdrive. We're done with the greenhouse. I think I'll probably go back and tinker with it just a little bit because I'm like really picky about decorations, but this is what I came up with today and I think it looks really good. Let me show you. I love my dresser and I just love the greenhouse when it's decorated. Well, I like the greenhouse at all times of the year, but decorated is really nice. So we have the jasmine, and then I do have some supplies on the bottom shelf and some boxes and stuff. I like to use these as like risers for decorations, so I thought I'd want to have them close at hand. But I really focused on the top shelf. So as you can see, I just have some random decorations. I love this view. So having the old terracotta vase, and I made this topiary, and then just having some gardening books here. And then over here is some more like a utility area. I ended up putting all of my batteries and such down in there. And some candles. I like to burn candles in the greenhouse. In fact, let's do that. I should have did it before. Now, isn't that cozy? And before anyone freaks out, I'm not going to leave it on for very long. probably until this tour is over. I did have to turn the fans off so we could hear one another, and it's cooking. Here's what the greenhouse says right now. So 88.6 degrees Fahrenheit and 68% humidity. Look, max 115.6. That happened in the greenhouse. And then the minimum was 34. And look, max humidity 93%, minimum 12. If only it was always 12% humidity. And then, like I said, utility on the top. I have some more useful stuff on the bottom. And then some more decorations. And harvest baskets and such. And then you guys don't get to see this view very often, but I have a bunch of cool like terracotta and vintage containers. A lantern that my mom got me at a garden or at a yard sale. No, antique store. And then more containers up here. I'm gonna put my stuff away later off camera because you guys don't need to see all that. But I think we timed it a little bit correctly. I think that the area where the urns are at is in its brief period of shade. So let's go up there and plant those lavender plants. I'm going to take all 4 just in case, just because I don't know which ones I'm going to use. But I did mean to show you what I didn't use for decorations. So I have all my lights and paraphernalia, growing paraphernalia in here so that I can put it away. But I did not use this. I want to use this so bad. I found this literally on the side of the road. And I've used a bunch of little ones to make like these obelisks before, but they're wooden, so you can't really like keep them outside unless you treat them really well. But I found this big one and I want to use it. I don't think I want to use it for that, but as a decoration, the age on it is so, I don't know, cool. Product of the Gibbs Meg Co. Anyway, I didn't use those 2. Some little baskets, a couple blocks that I raised stuff up with, a little lantern, a picture, and a box. Let's go plant. I took all the soil out for 2 reasons. One was just because I didn't know if it needed recharged or just redone because the plants weren't thriving. But also I wanted to check to make sure that the drainage holes were working, and they're working just fine. The soil is nice and moist. It's not like too wet. I don't know why that box wasn't thriving. And even the other one, I don't know that it even put on any growth this year. So I don't know. I'll keep them. I'll repot them and try to keep them out of the greenhouse and see if they bounce out of whatever is causing them to not grow. But let's go get these potted up. I'm excited because the phenomenal lavender is going to fit. I mean, I'm not going to be able to put like a whole lot of soil in there, but they don't really need that. They could probably stay in this nursery container for a while. So I'm only going to keep these in here until fall. So it'll be perfect, and it's gonna smell so good when you walk out the back door. I love it so much. I don't know why I never thought to do that before. It looks so pretty and it smells phenomenal. Do you get it? It's a joke. Do you guys ever feel like sometimes you're doing a project or something, and well, for me, I do a lot of them just so that I can entertain and to make my yard look good, but sometimes I'll like finish it and I'll be like, oh, it's cool, like it's fine. And then there's other ones where you're like, oh, that's great, like I'm gonna do that every year, or at least repeat until I get tired of it. This is one of them. I love it so much. And this lavender definitely has a more pale purple, but I believe it's stronger smelling. At least that's what I am picking up on. And that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy seeing me sweat to death, because I don't see that the temperature is going to be going down anytime soon, not to my liking. So anyway, I hope you guys feel inspired by anything I've done today, but specifically the greenhouse, because even if you don't have a greenhouse and you have like a little potting area or just a tiny little garden area, it doesn't have to just be flowers and things. It can be cool stuff. It can be antique finds and books if it's covered and you're not worried about like humidity or whatever getting to them. So, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you very soon. Keep learning and keep growing.